Today I'm flipping through an altar book for Flip Through Friday. Let's take a peek at what's inside. I will ask you for your help on something throughout this video. I started this altar book as I thought it was be a really cool project, but I did not quite finish it. So I'm looking for actually your help and inspiration on ideas that I can do to kind of complete this a little bit. So it was a children's book, a chapter book called Ugly Cat and Pablo. And I picked this book because I loved the bold text and illustrations that were in the book. So a lot of the illustrations I kept in the book. I glued some pages together, some I did not. As you can see, I didn't do anything here. Here, there's just a piece of tissue paper glued over just to kind of take the emphasis off of the words a little bit. And the pictures throughout are so cute. So most of the paper that I glued throughout was tissue paper, and I just glued that down with glue stick. So I made all these different little flip outs and things like that, but then I didn't really do anything after with that. So I guess maybe that was the exercise that I was practicing for myself, is making these different kinds of flip outs. Along the way you might see notes that I wrote to myself. Here I was going to put white gesso on this page, and then I just didn't. Again here. But all of the fonts are they're really cute. That's why I kind of didn't want to cover some of them up, because on one page you have all these different cool fonts. And lots of spreads like this where it's like a full picture. But now as I'm looking at this, I can kind of see myself maybe perhaps going over this lightly with some watercolor, like as washes, or maybe highlighting some details with paint marker or gel pen. Let me know what you think. This one I just completely cover over the page, and then here's a pocket. This paper that I used, I did get from Five Below in a paper, in a pad, maybe over a year ago. It's quite thick. It's like a cardstock, so it's quite thick. Again, here I was adding white gesso, but I left this little cutie. So this would be I hope that you're thinking of some ideas that you can help me with along the way. If you know someone else who might have some great ideas to help me finish this up, please don't hesitate to share this video with them so they can contact me as well, and we can get this worked out. I think it's a really cute start. I just don't know what to do to finish it. Like, that only that one idea came to me as I was flipping through about the watercolor. Here, this was my first time actually, I think, trying to ink around the edges. But, and then this is a double little tuck spot here. This book, I was okay with doing this too, because I teach second grade now, and I had this book for many years when I was still teaching the older kids, and a lot of the themes and stuff in this book I wouldn't want my second graders seeing. Like, even something like this, it's just an illustration, it's simple, but she's throwing a tantrum, and you can show your big emotions and things like that. Like, kids are definitely free to do that, but there's like a lot of just context in this book that it really isn't for little kids. So even though I have kids who could probably read the book, I wouldn't want them to be engaged with this kind of text. So here's something that I did down here to add a little bit of texture, and I used the Tim Holtz tiny attacher, and I did these crosses with it. And then on the back here, it's a little bit rough, so I need to actually cover this up with something because it's a bit sharp there. And see, even like this, it's like she's kicking at the dog and she's holding the mouse by the tail. That's not something that I would want little kids to really engage with, because it's like being cruel to animals. I know it may seem like I'm reading into it a lot, but trust me, small kids age 6, 7, and 8, they're very literal. What they see is what they think things are. So in between these two pages is a pocket, like a full page pocket, and that's why I have this long piece of scrap kind of hanging out. Over here, I'm not really sure what I was thinking of. Oh, I think maybe this was supposed to be like this. I don't know, honestly, what I was thinking about here. But I did get this idea of folding the page like this from, maybe this was the idea, who knows, from watching Natasha's video, Treasure Books, her video on like the full book of pages, the altered book that she had done. And that was one that I thought was pretty cute for this. I do like how I use these little pops of color in here at times with the colored tissue paper. I thought that was cute. This is supposed to be like a hidden journaling. And then there's a little pocket on this side of it. Another flip out, because this is supposed to be, so the white gesso here so that this could be hidden journaling over here. I thought about that. Perhaps another little flip. There's a pocket here, but I wanted to keep it like a short thing because I like this text. Again, there's different variation, but I also like the illustration, so I figure like something can go in here but it could come out and you can still see the little picture. And of course this was just cute. This one I cut the page in half, so there's that, there's this, and then white gesso here. Also, oh, this book has a lot of English and Spanish in it, so that was something else. I did not want to cover up all of the Spanish phrases. And then on this side there's this flip out, and I just attached some of these with clear transparent tape because I wanted to just try it out and see and not make it complicated. And this paper clip, I believe my mom twisted that for me. So here's this pocket page, and I wanted this picture, but I also wanted to keep that, so I thought that was cute doing it that way. If you haven't done so already, please give this video a thumbs up so it can reach more people, more beginning journalers, more beginning artists who may be looking for some inspiration, or maybe they're stuck on something just like me and they need a friend to kind of bounce ideas off of. On those pages, as you can see, I didn't do anything because there was something like I wanted to keep these pages, but I couldn't really decide, so I just left it. And then the glossary I wanted to keep. And then there's a recipe at the back. I wanted to keep that, so I didn't do anything on those pages, but I glued this page to the back of this page. It was the about the author page, and then I added in this just with tape as kind of like a pull out to put pictures or whatever on. And that's the end of it. So let me know what you think. Let me know what some ideas are that you could help me with to get this finished. Or honestly, if you want it and you want to finish it yourself, just reach out to me. I'll send it to you. I don't mind. I have so many projects that need to come to fruition here. So I've loved spending time with you on this Flip Through Friday, and I'll see you again next week for another edition. Thank you.